What's up, guys? How's it going? All right, so welcome to my third stream so far. Thank you for visiting. For those of you who don't know, I'm building a simple absence tracker that my employees at CodeCamp will be using. The problem is right now they're using Telegram to report what days off they like to take, whether that would be in a like days off, just simple days off, or a vacation, or a sick day, right? So I'm building something for them. In the meantime, I'm learning Chakra UI and Blitz.js. So thank you for watching. All right, so if there's anyone watching here that also watched the previous stream, I had an issue with keeping the datetime array here in my absence model, and I actually resolved that yesterday. The issue was in my local PostgreSQL installation, but also the Prisma CLI version. So I reached out to the guys at Prisma. They helped me with the issue, and we resolved it quickly. So let me show you real quick. Let's run BlitzDB Studio to view the Prisma Studio. All right, so this here was null. Okay, so Prisma was unable to parse an array of datetime fields. So right now it's fixed. We got everything working here, which is super cool. And yeah, as I said, I had a problem with my local PostgreSQL installation. The issue was that I was using the desktop app, the one that you can download from PostgreSQL's website. What I did is just to remove the app, uninstall the app, and install PostgreSQL from Homebrew. And both of these things, the Prisma CLI version and reinstalling PostgreSQL as from Homebrew, actually resolved the issue, and now we can easily see the date times being printed out here. So what I wanted to start with today is probably redesign this little card, the pending requests cards. Okay, so this tells me, right, that Lazar Nikolov is requesting a sick leave from 23rd November until 30th November, right? But if we go to request a leave, to the request a leave page, we can see that there can be like a single day, multi-day, or a range, right? So not every time the absence request will be a range. Sometimes it can be a multi. For example, if we're using I don't know, 23rd and 26th and then 30th, right? The current implementation will show from 23rd until 30th November, right? And that's not true, because I will be working on 24th and 27th of November and 25th, even though we mark this as a holiday, right? So the current UI gives us a wrong idea about which days are going to be requested as sick leave. So I wanted to redesign this. To probably include pills. So let's check out Chakra UI. These are it's not a pill, sorry, it's a badge. This is a badge right here, like this sick leave thing. Okay, so let's go and see how we can style it differently, because I don't want to style this exactly as the request type, right? So we want, even though they will be badges, we want them to be different. Okay, so I was thinking maybe invert the color, like maybe it's a green. It's okay if it's a green, right? But for example, instead of the text to be dark green and the background to be light green, just invert those colors and we'll see how it looks like. We also might want to add some color to our website, because right now we can only see red for the destructive actions, green for the positive actions, and the branding itself is also green. So maybe it's time, I don't know, maybe it's time to add some, I don't know, a blue color. So we'll see how this looks like. Let's find the badge implementation in Chakra UI. Okay, this is what we have at the moment, and I think I'm looking for something like this, you know, just to it's different enough to separate those two things, right? Because it's those two things are two different things. So let's try to do an array of badges for each day, but with the variant set to solids. Okay, and the color scheme can be blue, or we'll try later. So let's jump into the code real quick and let's go to the pending requests. Okay, so that would be in admin, pending pages, and then there we go. Okay, this is the pending page, right? We have the pending panel here, which is inside of the components folder, and this is the skeleton loading. And here is what we have at the moment. We have a text with the you know, with the absence, the first day and the last day in this datetime format, and then there's a little arrow forward icon which is green, but we don't want that. So let's try to do something like this. The name was absence.days.map. Okay, so this will be a D. So it don't matter how many days there will be. we need to add a badge. Okay, we need to add a badge. Let's check it out. The badge is not self-closing, but there's text within, so the badge is not self-closing. Let's just open it up, and inside we can write format. Yeah, let's use date FNS functionality for format. So D will be a date, and how we would like to be formatted, maybe D and then MMM. Okay, so the short month time. So we said the variant should be solids and the color scheme should be blue. Okay, let's try, and then we can play around with different colors to see how they look like. All right, so use DD instead of capital D's. Okay, there you go. Again, this error is, I don't know, like a few days now that I'm just ignoring it, tucking it away. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and that's not cool. Maybe use capital M's for month. Exactly, yeah, so 23rd November, 24th, 6th, 7th, and 30th. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, and the blue is okay. What other colors do we have? Let's do some design stuff. We have purple. Let's check out purple. Okay, it looks better than blue. It's a stronger color. Margin top of 2. It's too low. Okay, so let's go with 5. Okay, so we have the name of the person requesting a leave. We have the type of the leave, which is a sick leave, and then we have all these what do you say? All these days that the person is trying to, you know, is requesting to take the day off. And we can either accept it or decline it. If we decline it, we need to provide a reason. Why are we declining this absence, right? So the user will know about why I don't know, why his manager or her manager is not accepting, you know, their request. Okay, so this looks like okay. Looks okay to me. We got all these days. Maybe there's like maybe there's a better way to style this. I don't like that the month is in all capital letters. Okay, so maybe what we need to do is, let's try if we can. Okay, so there's size as well, but then there's style configuration. The badge is a box component, so you can press props for box. Okay, let's pop the hood and see what's inside. We don't want any responsiveness at the moment. Okay, and right, so from what we can see, we have a text transform to uppercase. Maybe we need to get rid of that. So instead of uppercase, let's try to set it as a capitalize. Yeah, looks better. Looks better already. There's also a size. Let's make them a bit bigger. Do we have any options here? Size. There's font size. Well, I guess just font size. Large. Let's see. That's too much. Medium, too much. Small. Let's do extra small. And let's remove the... Yeah, so basically they are already extra small, okay. And what font size is that? They would be 12 pixels. What if we were to set to something, I don't know, like 16 pixels? Nope. Nah, that's too big. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Font family. Where did he go? Oh, sorry, I need to select it first. That was 0.75. Okay, maybe we would like some padding as well. Overall padding of 1 or 3. No, that's too much. Let's get it back to 1. Yeah, it makes sense. But now let's leave PY. Okay, so the y-axis padding is 1, and let's try the px to be 2. Double that. Okay, looks better already. And can we set the capitalization? This says auto capitalize. Let's see. Doesn't change a thing. So the idea is to... There's CSS. And what does that mean? Nope. What was the properties? Text transform. Let's set it to capitalize and see. Alright, this looks good. Yeah, this is what we want actually. That's cool. Okay, we got the badges, and now we have a beautiful representation of what which days the employee wants to request to take off. Okay, so what should we do here? Maybe we need to add another panel on the right where we can display all of the archives, right? All of the requests that were already either accepted or declined. But are we missing something here? Maybe we should... Let me just check here. There was a component called stats. Okay. Okay, so what if we use a stat component, to... This would be the top text, this one here. This guy here would be the employee name. And then the bottom part would be the date. Yeah, the date that the request has been made. So let's see how it looks like. Instead of doing this whole thing, we should try to do a... Okay, these are the buttons, and now inside of this flex, let's comment this section for a bit. And let's check out the stats components and see how it looks like. Okay, nice. So the label will be the badge here. So let's try to add the badge. The number or the main thing would be the employee name. I'm going to hard code these, but later we can try to do some stuff. And the yeah, the help text will be the absence create date. Absence, was it absence? Yes, absence dot created at, but let's format it. Okay, so that would be day, month, year. Is not a function. Let's check it out again. Okay. All right, this looks like fun. We got the sick leave here, but I think we need to add it to the left. We need to align this to the rest of the stuff, because okay, so there's a margin here. Yeah, right. There's the badge. There's a margin left because we had it next to the name. Okay, now we have the. This looks fun. Yeah. Now let's just append. Let's just append the. Yeah, I'm going to cut these, remove these guys, and then add the stat component here, so we can also have the daytime, maybe less margin on top, so it feels complete. Okay, this is cool. VS01, how is Chakra UI? It's amazing, man. I'm really enjoying really enjoying working in Chakra, especially now with the new version. They got React 17 ready, and it is super cool in combination with Blitz.js, which actually, check this out, which actually uses an experimental build of React, right? And Chakra it just works, you know, simply works. So that's why I love about it. But also, you got accessible components, and that's just out of the box. I mean, how cool is that? Right. So what are we missing right now? Let's try to populate these guys, so we don't have any hard-coded stuff. Okay, so absence dot, we have the type, but that's the type ID. Okay, we want to return back the type when making the request. So let's go to get absences here. I think I'm using that function, that query. Let's get rid of the arrow. So get absences. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to get absences and then try to populate. For example, when we do a query, there it is, find many, right? Let's try to include also the type, definitely. How do we include it? Like true? Okay, we'll see. And the user, because we want to get the username as well. So let's see. Let's check out the network tab when we actually get the absences. Okay, so the result is one absence. Now we have the type here. See? So vacation. It's not a sick leave. Awesome. So let's go back to the component and replace get the type, and you also get TypeScript with Blitz.js. You got Prisma integration. Okay, so I have a PostgreSQL in the background. With I'm using Prisma. I mean, Blitz.js is using Prisma as a DB connector, but you also get type ready models. So How cool is that? For example, absence dot, and you got all of the data here. So now since we populated the type, we don't only have the type ID, but we have the whole type object. So let's just get the title, and that's it. And instead of just hard coding Lazar Nikolov, let's try to actually get the username, because we also got it. Absence dot user in this case, right? So let me show you. If we weren't to set the user to true, okay, if we go back now, absence dot user is non-existing. Only user ID, because it's a direct property in the database. It's a direct field. But if we want to, right, if we want to also include the user, we need to use this include functionality when doing the DB query here. So that's also cool, right? User dot first name, last name. Okay, let's do some magic here. Here's the first name, and now let's add the last name, and it should say Lazar Nikolov. And this time we got vacation. All right, so how cool is that? So what if we want to get fancy? Let's say vacation is green, right? Because it's chill, it's super cool. Let's say a day off. Let's say a day off is like, I don't know, like orange, yellowish, because I don't know, you would take a day off if you have some obligations to run in the city. I don't know, to go to the bank or some stuff like that. Okay, so there's a rush, there's waiting, and that's orange. And there's also a sick leave, and we can make that red. Okay, so in the color scheme, inside of the color scheme here, let's not hard code this to green, but let's try to make it based on the absence type, right? If it's a vacation, then we can roll with green, and vice versa. So how do we do that? We can do that here. We just need to expose a little function, not return results immediately here. Then do this basically. Sorry. Yeah, something like this. Let's make this prettier. And now we have an ability to map these things. Okay, so let's define a stat label. No, the absence type badge color. Let's say it's green by default. Okay, and let's use it here. Absence type badge color. Nothing's changed. Exactly, that's what we want. And now let's do a little switch in here based on the absence dot type dot, I don't know, maybe ID, because in future, if we decide to add localization, then we cannot be basing the color on the title itself. So let's open the Prisma schema studio a little bit and check out the absence types that we have. Okay, vacation is 1, sick leave is 2, and days off is 3. So in case of 1, vacation, we'll set this to green. All right, and then break. In case we got 2, which is sick leave, let's try to do orange, and we'll see how that looks like. And then in case if it's a days off, no, sick leave. Okay, so sick leave would be red. Okay, that would be red. And now let's try orange in case it's just an ordinary day off. So, and I don't know, the default should be green. Okay, so let's break it away. We don't actually need to assign this at all times. So okay, so now it's a vacation. Let's try it. Let's try to change it to a sick leave. Okay, save it. All right, so now it's red. Okay, now let's see how a days off works. Should be oranges, orange, yellowish. Nice. Okay, so now we have color coding for the request type, and I think that's important, right? Because we humans are visual creatures, so color is 100 times better than text. Okay, this looks nice. Now this is a bit taller than before. So how do we feel about flipping these to be vertical? Let's see how that looks like. Okay, let's just pop back to the... We have the approve here. Flex direction. Well, let's just change it to column and see what happens. Okay, now instead of justify, center and align center. Oh, okay. Got it. I have this margin left here. Nice, but instead of margin left, let's just make it margin top. So okay, so I don't like it. Let's just get it back as it was, left to right. Yeah. Okay, let's go and try to make a few more of these absence requests and see how they look like. Okay, so let's try a vacation now. The vacation would be range, and let's have a vacation, I don't know, for Catholic Christmas vacay. Okay, hit submit. I need to reload this. Okay, so that's another thing. Let's try to do a days off now, and we can do 14th, 16th, and 18th. I don't know what that would be. I got city. I gotta go to the city, right? So stuff like that. And now let's do a sick leave of a single day. For example, today is Thursday. We're not feeling well, so let's just get Friday just to be safe. I'm not feeling well. Hit submit. I don't like this button, the color scheme of it, because it looks like a text at first, but when you hover on it, you find out that it's actually a button. So we need to make this stronger. Okay, so this is how the whole thing looks like. Okay, we have a days off. We have a right. We're writing notes here, and we are not showing them here. Nice. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe move the date. Hey Caltrin, joined a bit late. Are you using data persistent and authorization for different users for the app? Exactly. Check this out, man. If you log out, you need to log back in, right? And if we go anywhere, you won't be let, because I have route guards. But if you log in, you can only log in with your Google credentials, and I hard-coded this to use the @halicha.com domains, which you already have. And if you log in, you'll be there at the dashboard. Now, since I'm an admin, I can see the pending requests and the admin panel here. Right, so yeah, so that's it. And the data persistence is a PostgreSQL DB that I have installed locally, and I'm using Prisma. Let me show you. Prisma.io for, you know, as a DB. Oh man, I missed the words. As a DB connector. I mean, this is what Blitz.js uses, and it's super cool. You got TypeScripts, it's for Node.js, and you got TypeScripts typings as well. So when you define your database models, you have IntelliSense in Visual Studio Codes out of the box, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we missed a spot here, right? We have the date here, but I think it's more suitable if we set the request notes there. Yeah, it's super cool. You should check it out. And instead of having the date created here, maybe we also need to annotate that what is this date, 18th of November 2020. We need to say created at or requested at. Okay, so let's try to move this. We have the badge here. Okay, we have the datetime format here. Hey Vasco, how's it going? We have the badge here, but let's try to do something like this. Okay, let's cut this. Let's do requested at and then hit the date, but in here in the stat help text we can do the absence.notes. Let's see how that looks like. Okay, I think this is too aggressive now, so we don't wanna, instead of wrapping it like this and overcomplicating things, let's do a simple text so we can style it, right? And we don't need this dollar here. It should look the same, but now we can say, okay, the color should be gray, I don't know, 400. Now it's in a different row and we also don't want that, so let's put them into a horizontal stack so they're aligned horizontally. Okay, now this is a bit off. Requested ads. Okay, so what can we see here? We have Lazar Nikolov requesting a vacation days off at 19th of November 2020. He's gonna do a Christmas vacation, and the days that are affected are 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th of December. Should we allow Lazar to take the vacation? Hell yeah. So, are you sure you want to accept? Yeah, he's a good man, so let's just accept. Awesome. And now the absence request is accepted. Right, but what if we did that by mistake? Even though if it's 2 clicks, what if we did that by mistake? We would like to act upon it. So let's make another column here that will list all of the previous requests. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's just Chakra out of the box, super clean UI. Yeah. All right, so let's go. We got the, what do we have? We have a panel heading here, and we have all of the absences now here. And this is another panel. Yeah. So this is the pending panel. So let's go back and create a new component. Actually, would be previous requests.tsx. Okay. And let's just include it here. Previous requests. Like this, but I need to import it first. Previous requests. Okay, let's just create a quick component. Hello. Oh no, just a text saying hello, just so we have a placeholder there. And now let's export as a default component the previous requests. And now we can import it here. Okay, and we should see it. Hello. Awesome. We're going to use the panel component that we isolated, I think the last stream. Let's add a panel heading. Let's also add a panel heading. Do we have, okay, so it's a self-closing. We got a title. This would be previous requests. Okay. There's no action handlers, no icons, no anything. We just want to do a simple list. So we got the pending requests here, and now we have the previous requests here, and that's cool. I'm also thinking about, we have a page title pending request here, but we also have a panel title pending request here, and it feels kind of redundant. So maybe we should Hey Caltrin, thanks for following, man. Maybe we should get rid of one. I like having the page title here, but I also like having the panel title here. We gotta do something about it, but maybe not now. Okay, so let's just try. Let's go and build the previous requests lists. Hey VS01, thanks for following. Awesome. Okay, so we got the queries. Did you see the animation here that we have? Let's try to set it to fast 3G. No, now it's cached. So there's a little skeleton animation that happens when you shoot the request to get all of the absences, but when the request haven't returned results yet. So I think it'll be good to also create another request. No, another skeleton loader here. And this is taking forever. So let's just go back. Something like this, see? And we're going to set the same functionality. Pending panel. Okay, each child in a list should have a unique key prop. So we're missing a key prop. So check the render method of pending panel. Pending panel. Right, because no, it's not here. We do a map here, and then we return a list of. Right, I know what it is. So we are looping through the days, but we haven't set a key here. So the key should be the, I don't know, the date itself. Let's reload and see if it happens again. So it should be unique enough. Should be, yeah, because this is the. What if we have two different requests, but with the same days? Okay, so let's see if the date key is making a fuss about it. So 23rd and 24th November. Let's create a new request. Multi 23rd, 24th. I don't know, vacation, doesn't matter. Let's hit submit and let's go to pending request now. Okay, now we got 23 and 24 here. We also got 23 and 24 here, but because they're in separate lists, it will not matter. Okay, so that's good to know. But the date is not assignable to string, so let's, oh man. Okay, so let's just say to, or just get, let's get the time. It will be a number. Let's see it in action here. Well, actually, we need to go to the components. Okay, the key is basically this 1606089 blah blah blah, and it goes on. So it's unique enough, right? So you cannot have 2 days of vacation or whatever, you know, 2 days off in a single request. So that's you know, unique enough. Okay, cool. That's cool. We also have the nodes, and I think this is complete. So let's pay our attention to the previous requests. Okay, so how can we style this? What is the requirement here? We do want to list all of the requests, right? We do want to list them that are previous, either accepted or declined. But do we want to change them? I guess we do want to change them, right? In case we've declined or accepted it by mistake. But there should be a very important constraint. We should not be able to edit our actions. Okay? We should not be able to edit the action if at least a day has passed, or it's today, right? For example, if today is, I don't know, 23rd of November, right? What day is it today? It's 19th. Okay, so if it was 23rd, we should not be able to edit this request because probably the employee is either has either taken days off, or the employee is already at work because we've declined the absence. So maybe we could set that constraint, but I guess that's a different functionality. So I guess we should just show maybe show this same component here. Okay, so we can extract this into its own component. Show the same component, but show a status as well, right? For example, if we show these here, we also need to mark them whether they have been accepted or declined. So let's try to isolate all of this into its own components. Okay, this is the pending panel, which is this panel here, and this whole thing is this return here, including these guys, will be separated into its own component like this. So let's try to make a new component. That component can be called requests, I don't know, row.tsx. Import React from React. We don't have to do this, but I keep doing it. So requests row. We will have some props, so let's not use, because we already have this in the clipboard. So exports defaults request row, right? Yes. Okay, so we're going to have the absence here. Let's import all of the stuff that we need. Yeah, that never works. That command never works. So I need to go. Oh, okay. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so what is this? We got all of these things. Yeah. So request row. Let's define the component props now. We'll do a little type called request row props. Okay, and inside we're going to have an absence, and let's check the absence type. It's an absence, but it includes the absence type and the user, because we get it from the API. So maybe we should do this. Okay, now these need to be imported from Prisma. So we already have the types for that, and also the user. Okay, let's get them up here. Nice. And now we can say that the request row will have the absence here, and this will go away. There's some no undefined for this line. JSX element class does not support attributes because it does not have a props property. Okay, because text is being imported from somewhere else. No, actually from nowhere. So let's just add it here. And now it knows that it's a Chakra component, and the Chakra components have the color prop. We have the request accepting ID here. Okay, now we can easily say this is the request row. We're gonna set the key. Sorry, we're gonna set the key. Wait a minute. No. Let's leave the list item here. Let's get the whole flex. We're gonna get the list item back because it belongs with the table, right? So list item, and the key will be the absence.id. Okay, so we don't need a key here, we need an absence, and that's the absence. Okay, cool. We don't need this arrow, but we just need a simple parenthesis because we will be returning it immediately. So what do we have here? We're gonna get these and put them here. Okay. We need to should we get these here, or should we isolate them? Let's keep them here for now. Let's also move these guys. Okay, what did I do? Yes. And also get all of the imports that we're missing. So check and close, well, we already have those. We need the absence and accepts. We also need the use toasts instead of toast. Use toasts instead of theme. Use theme. Exactly. We also need to import use state from React. We don't need the list item because we checked it out, and we also need the use mutation from Blitz. Import use mutation from Blitz. Okay. Are we happy for now? We are. What else is missing? We got the requests absences. Okay, now there's some logic going on here with the set query data. Okay, right. So this was the issue, because we need to find the index now. So let's try to make this a dump. Should we make this a dump component now? No, probably not. Let's just try to yeah, on click we'll do the acceptance here, but we'll move this whole block back to the pending panel. Okay, because we want to handle the stuff there, because after we accept or decline or do whatever, we want to invalidate the cache. So we're going to move that away. So let's create a new function called accepted requests. Okay, I'm not sure what it will do for now, but let's try to isolate these guys here. I guess it will accept an absence, which will be an absence of type absence, right? So do this, and then these guys here, request accepting ID, request accepting ID. In this case, it can stay inside because we don't care about it here. We're going to paste these things, updated absence, which it will be just an absence because we're going to send it over, right? So we got the updated absence, but now we also want to define on accepted, which will be a function, right? That'll send an absence, and it'll be a void. Okay, so no, just absence like this of type absence, right? And that's unaccepted. What else do we have? We also have declined here, so we'll do pretty much the same thing here as well. Okay, accepted requests, declined requests. absence of type absence. Now this is what will happen whenever we decline or accept our requests. And in here we'll define, let's ditch this, on accepted and on declined, right? So absence on accepted, on declined, let's get these into the component itself. And whenever we successfully accept one, we'll just call on accepted and pass the updated absence inside. And this is of type absence. What is this doing? Argument of type where data. Promise of absence is not assignable to parameter of type absence. Well, this is just an absence. What if we remove the forcing of the... Okay, so it works now. Where data? No, hold a second. It's mistaking. Well, that was okay. Here's the issue, not update absence, because that's the there's a mutation. We need to send the updated absence. Nice. So we'll do the same thing when declining. On declined, say updated absence. It should be happy. Okay. JC Things, thanks for following, man. Right, so we isolated that component outside, right? So we can just use the accepted request and declined request to effectively, but we're deleting. Should we delete? Yeah, well, actually we need to delete the stuff. So, but these two blocks of codes are actually identical, so let's use only one, and we can say instead of accepted requests, handle requests changed. Okay, and in here on accepted will be handle request change, and on declined will also be handle request changed. So the set will do the set query data, and what that does is it clears the cache, it invalidates the cache that the React query library holds for us when we make the request get absences, right? So if we were to refresh, we need to see that nothing's changed. Okay, so let's try to accept this guy here or decline. It didn't matter as it says, so let's click yes. Right, we don't see it at the list anymore, and the tooltip, I mean the toast showed up at the bottom. Okay, cool. And yeah, now we have these components, but the issue that I'm looking at is the spacing between the components. Okay, so let's make this a little bit less. Okay, I think it's way too much because it looks like it's not part of this group here. So badges, where are the badges? These are the absence days. So let's see if one makes sense. Well, just 0, I guess. Okay, now let's get back to the lists and increase the spacing from 8 to 10. Let's see how it looks like. Right, so the space between the items is now bigger, and I think it looks better this way. Right, gotta go to the city. Hello, and I'm not feeling well. Okay, so now since we have this whole component here, we can try to use it into the previous requests. Okay, so again in the pending panel. Oh no, in the previous requests, and now check this out. We're going to steal the query from the previous from the pending panel. We'll import this from Blitz, and we already have this in our components. Let's just separate the components the local imports from the npm packages. Okay, so queries get absence. Expected one argument but got two. Oh really? Use query. Is from Chakra UI React. No, that's not it. It's from Blitz. And now we're cool about this. Yeah. And what we need to change. What we need to change is basically give me all of the requests that are either approved or declined, but check this. If approved is false, then we need to have a declined reason to not null. Because this way, if there's no reason and it's not approved, it means that it's pending. If it's declined, it will be false, but there will be a reason for declining. And if it's accepted or approved, then the approved will be true. Okay, so that's the thing here. So it's either approved true or approved false, but declined reason is not null. So let's try to do something like this. Is there an or? Okay, nice. Or, okay, so approved is either true or, let's see, let's go to Prisma IO and let's check out the or. Come on now, filtering, let's see. No, query. This is query building, so deployment. Write your first query with Prisma client. Okay, let's see. But this is just the getting started, so maybe we should move to the guides. I don't know. Prisma client. Generating, CRUD, sorting, filtering. Maybe try filtering, yeah. Alright, so we're interested in the or, but no. Where does this come from? Is the where, yes. This is the where. And this is the multiple filter conditions, exactly. One or more condition must be true. Where and nice. And now we have an array. Super cool. Yeah, so the first object and the second object, amazing. So let's make this an array, and inside we'll have to, what did I do now? Okay, we have one extra parenthesis. The first one would be approved, would be true. Okay, so approved requests, or not approved, but also the declined reason should be not null. And we can do that like this, I think. Not null. Okay. All right, so this query should return us all of the absences that are either approved or not approved, but with declined reason. So let's see that in action. Okay, we got the request row, and now we can do requests. Let's just get the skeleton out of the way. This is basically the skeleton. Okay, so use query would give us an object, would give us a property called isFetching, and that's when we know if the request is still pending and waiting for results back from the server. And let's just get this out of the way. And while we don't have the results yet, we can return a skeleton, right? A stack with skeletons that just simply just, you know, animates by fading away. So that's how we can you know, quickly implement a loading states of our components. So we're gonna do set query data eventually, and now we have the requests, right? So below the heading, let's see if we do some. No, cool. Okay, so I do have this thing right here, which adds a list, and also I have an empty state, and that's clever. So let's just copy this because we also have the same naming here. So import the list, right? Import the list item here. Come on, let's get the row. We're gonna do this, and text should be from Chakra. Okay, but now let's clean up everything. We got the packages and we got the local stuff here, but we don't want the relative import. So app/admin, right? /pending /components/request row. Exactly. So wherever we just copy paste this in a different app, in a different folder, we'll just hit the component easily. Okay, so no pending requests, no previous requests. Okay, nice. The handle request change, even that could be pretty much the same. Man, we're just copy pasting the whole page here. Import that from Prisma. Up you go. We don't want to import React anymore. Okay, so we should see a similar thing here, but with different results, right? Because these are already either accepted or declined. So let's add that as well. Let's add that thing as well. Okay, and we're returning a list item immediately, and maybe we need to introduce a new thing called status, which will be either accepted or declined. Yeah. So let's just say it should be named accepted, and it will be a Boolean. Okay. Accepted. But we also want to do a show status, right? Let's make these two optional, because in the other case we don't want to show them. So show status should be false by default, and it is, since if it's not provided, then it will be false. Update absence. What is this doing here? We don't actually need this. Okay. Let's clean these things up. There we go. Blitz, Chakra icons, Prisma, Chakra React, and date FNS. Let's throw this guy up as well, like this. Okay, nice. Okay, so now if show status is true, that means we need to show the status, whether if it's accepted or declined, right? How should we do that? How should we show whether the request has been accepted or declined? I'm not sure we have enough space to introduce another column here. What if we add another What if we add another badge next to the... Come on, man. I need to fix that. What if we add another badge next to the vacation saying if it's accepted or declined? And that will show up only in the previous request, not in the pending request. So yeah, so let's just do that. So we got the badge for the days, but we also have the badge for the... So yeah, something in the middle here. So if the show status is true, then let's return a new badge. Okay, that will show if the accepted is true, then it'll say accepted, otherwise it'll say declined. But now we have a declining reason, and that can be a tooltip on the badge itself. Okay, so color scheme again. If accepted is true, then maybe we want to return green, otherwise maybe we want to return red. Let's see, let's also add it here. So in the case of previous requests, we want to do the accepted thing and also show status, and accepted would be absence dot approved. Exactly, but let's just rename these fields to be approved, not accepted. Okay, approved. Okay, and approved is here, approved is here, approved is everywhere. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, these two has been declined. Let's accept this here. Yes. All right. So what happens now? When the pending requests update, we also want to update the previous requests, right? So we want to be able to trigger cross. We want to be able to trigger cross-panel refresh. Let's just see the accepted. No, it's always declined. That's amazing. Maybe the height can be also fixed. Okay, so let's jump into Prism Studio real quick and see the absences. Okay, we have approved true here. Okay, so let's see. I'm not feeling well. It says that it's approved. Am I doing anything wrong? Let me get back to request row. If approved is true, then it's green. If approved is true, then it's approved. It says approved, but it's not. Okay, it makes sense now. Okay, we got approved here and we got declined here. Let's make sure that it's consistent. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Does this make sense? Maybe we should add a little parenthesis around the badge. Okay, so Aaron, thanks for following, man. Thank you. So because we cannot add a parenthesis simply like this, and we also need to add an empty React fragment, we need to be using these two things here, and I have a feeling that they will be one on top of the other. No, okay, that's cool. So no, we should use a text. So we can style it as well, right? Let's see how this looks like. Okay, nice. And maybe not have the, you know, black color, but something more relaxing, like, I don't know, gray 600, so it's not. Let's try 500. I guess it makes sense. Let me just check the margins on these badges here. Yeah, they do have a left margin, all three of them, so maybe we should do a margin left of 0 to both of these guys, so not a chance, right? Margin left. Yeah, so that's basically the style here, right? I've set the margin left to 0, but it's not allowing me to override it. So we can spend some time, or we can live with this. I'd say we should live with this. Okay, so it's not a major issue. Now what we want to do is, for example, if the reason is declined, right, we want to show that reason in a tooltip. So let's search for a tooltip in Chakra and let's see how it looks like. Hover me, there you go. Hey, I'm here, phone number. This is amazing. Okay, so let's try to, this is a tooltip with a label, right, and inside is the content that we want to do. Okay, so this is an editable example. So what if we don't have a text at all? Nothing shows up. Awesome. This is what we are going to do. When we hover, well, instead of an empty fragment, let's just say we'll do a tooltip. Okay, so whenever you hover, you should see the tooltip, right? So if the approved property is false, that means it's declined. That means we need to set a label, right? So label will equal to, if it's not approved, right, then add the absence dot declined reason, otherwise just an empty string. And area, was it area labeled by area label a tooltip declined reason, but maybe we also want to do, let's also do this, because we wanna no string or undefined. Type string or null is not assignable to type string or undefined. String or null. Okay, so let's force this guy, because if it's not approved, then we should pray that the decline reason exists. Okay, only expected to receive a single React element child, but instead we returned a bunch of stuff. So let's try to full React with an empty fragment. God damn it. Okay, so approved, nothing, right? But declined, nothing as well. Let's see what's up. That's weird. Let's invert this in that case. It should not make any difference, but let's just make sure that there's a decline reason here. Okay. Man, we should be able to see a tooltip. Why is this happening? What if we were to move the tooltip only to be accessible from the badge itself? So something like this. Would that make sense? Yeah, it didn't matter. Okay, approved is cool, but declined says it didn't matter. What do you guys think? Do you think this is this makes sense? I'm still skeptic about the parentheses around the approved and declined. They don't look as I imagined. What if we just use a little dash? Yeah, this looks cleaner. Okay, sick leave approved, vacation approved, vacation declined. Why? Because it didn't matter. Right, cool. Let's try to update the pending panel. Yeah, the parentheses, definitely. Let's update the pending, let's update the previous requests panel whenever the pending requests change. Okay, so pending panel. We do a set query data here, right? But if we wanted to merge, if we wanted to touch base on the pending panel and into the previous, then we should use, what should we use? Request changed, that's in the pending. Set query data. Because we have different queries now, it treats them, oh, come on, man. app/admin/pending/components. Come on now. Because we have different queries, it's treating them as different requests. And if we say set query data in pending panel, it does nothing in the previous requests, even though we're using the get absences as the same, the same endpoint. So we need to, what should we do, man? Refetch? No, it's not. I mean, it's not even that. It's just the, yeah, it is the okay, we got everything in pending. Okay, we got both of these things here, and this is just a page. Okay, so the pages are dump. That's how we decided. Oh, no. App admin pending components. Come on now. That's how we decided to roll. Okay, so pages are just containers. They contain components, and those components do some stuff themselves. But now we have a case where we would like to trigger an event from one component to the other. How can we achieve that? If we want to go minimalistic, we can create a React context and wrap these two into a context, right? But that can be problematic down the road if the app grows way bigger than expected, because then there will be thousands of contexts. One other thing to, another way to achieve this functionality is probably using some sort of a state management framework like Redux or Recoil or Zastand. Okay, and I guess these are the, I guess those are the two options. Or just simply trigger something, push a property from the pending screen, push a property down to the two panels here that we have, right? Pending panel. I don't like how this sounds. It doesn't matter. The thing is, what should we use? Maybe it's time to, I don't know, introduce a new library into the mix. What do you guys think? We got Recoil, which is from Facebook. It's a more minimalistic way of. It's not as big as Redux. Okay, so how it works is you got your atom here. Everything's based on atoms. So you have you create an atom, and that atom is, for example, the text state, right? The key is the text state, and the default is like the default value. And for example, in the text input here, we can use the use recoil state and then add the atom here, and we get the text and set text as well, right? That's the atom. The atom represents a piece of state. Atoms can be read from and written to from any component. Components that read the value of an atom are implicitly subscribed to that atom. So any atom updates will result in a re-render of all components subscribed to that atom, right? So you don't have a big, you don't have a big setup or and configuration going on, like if you wanted to use Redux. Okay, using recoil is would be just, I don't know, create a folder outside called atoms, or create a folder in, for example, here in the pending components pages, maybe create a folder called atoms, and we can use we can build an atom there and use them use that atom in the previous panel and in the pending panel and the previous requests, because those are the pages, right? The panels. Those are the smart components basically. And if we trigger that atom from pending panel, right? Whenever a request status has changed, either approved or declined, we can trigger a write to that atom. And because the previous request would contain that atom, it will just trigger a re-rendering, and then the declined reason, and the whole query will be just, refetched. So we can call refetch on it. So right, there's a demo. It just works. The other thing is, I mentioned Redux, and I think that's way too big for now. The other thing is a stand. It's a library from a cool company called, I don't know, Panemandres or something like that. But look at the website. Isn't it cool? It reacts to my mouse movements and the focus changes. Alright, so how does the stand work? You just import the create function from the package. There's a store that you can use to create. There's a setter function, count one, increment, and yada yada yada. You have two components here that uses that store. One uses the increment functionality, right? The other one uses the count method here. Okay, so I think this is cooler, right? So instead of simple atoms, we can create a little store. Inside that store, we can create a function that will trigger the refetch that we get from Blitz.js, and we'll import that function. We'll create it in the previous requests, but we'll use it and trigger it in the pending requests. Okay, I think that's cool. So we don't even need to create any files or anything. This store can hold the data. It can hold the method that will be used there. But wait a minute. The thing is, if we wanted to export the store here, we need to define it outside of the component. And if we're defining it outside of the component, then we don't have access to the refetch functionality. So how do we do this? Right, in previous, instead of set query data, I mean, we can use set query data, but we also need a refetch functionality, and we need to trigger this when the pending panel data changes. Right, so how do we trigger this guy here, which is defined within the component itself? Here. Should we go seriously really simple here? Yeah. Yeah, it's just only 8 gigs of RAM, and this is the stock. See, I have only 23 megabytes left, but it rolls, right? So I will update my RAM definitely at some point in the future, but yeah, 8 gigs of RAM. All right, so man, how do we do this? How do we do this? Yeah, if you have any ideas, shoot them down in the chat. Right, so this is the thing. We need to call the refetch function within the previous requests component whenever a change happens in the pending panel here, exactly this method here. And these two are basically in the pending panel, I mean in the pending TSX page. What can we do? Maybe we can use I mean, I don't like the way of it, but all right. Or maybe instead of fetching the instead of using the refetch, maybe we can start introducing some of these libraries here. Okay, maybe we can start using some of these libraries here, either as a stand or recoil, to actually send the affected requests, right? Set the affected request, and whenever that value updates, then our component will be re-rendered and we'll get it there, right? We'll get it there, and then we can just append it to the list of requests here, right? Yeah, request is usually 1. Okay, so I'm not sure why I'd even call it requests, but it's the result basically. So let's think this through. We're not gonna be using refetch. Definitely not gonna be using refetch. We could use I don't know, we could use the recoil. Okay, we could use a recoil library, create an atom on the level of that page, right? And whenever we get a change in the pending panel, exactly here, right? So this absence changes. Hey Rocky, how's it going, man? Whenever we we whenever we handle a request changed here, we can set the value to that atom and then subscribe to it here in this page, and when we get a value, we'll just call set query data and append that absence in the absences, basically. I guess that would make sense, right? So just use the recoil state, get the atom here. We'll just use set text, in this case set absence, set changed absence, but we can just get it from there. All right, let's try this guy. Why not? I haven't used it, so I think it's a good opportunity to use recoil. Okay, so inside of the pending folder, let's create a new folder called atoms. Okay, where is it now? Okay, there we go. Inside there, we can say updated request atom .ts, because we're not going to be using any. All right, so we also need root. That's another thing. So let's open our app tsx. Since we got all of these stuff here, might as well import these guys. Recoil root from recoil. Okay, so import recoil root from recoil, and then wrap everything into a recoil root, including the Chakra provider. Why not? I don't think it makes any difference. Okay, so let's write our first atom. Export default updated requests atom would be, let's just import atom from recoil. Okay, it will be a new atom. The key would be updated requests, and we also want a default, and that would be, let's call it null. Okay, so it will be like a stream, basically, like a stream of updated requests. One of the components will push data to the stream, the other one will just grab them. Okay, so let's try to use it. We got the pending panel here, and the pending panel, this is where we want to trigger the stuff. So let's get the setter function, updated request. Now what do we name this? State updated requests. Let's just name atom. See, both camel case and Pascal case are used for file names. Which one is preferred from Blitz? I think you need to name the components. Yeah, I think I'm not sure about the React stuff, if there's any, predefined stuff, but I'm naming my components in Pascal case, and I'm naming everything else in camel case. That's, I don't know, if it's a TS file, then I'll definitely name it camel case. But if it's a component and then it ends with TSX, I'll definitely use the Pascal case. That's what I do. So it's easier to, it's easier to figure out what it is, right? So this is a React component, and this is a function, just a TypeScript function that does something and returns something, but no no React stuff in it. Okay, so updated request atom. Let's just say set updated request atom, and that would be use recoil state. State, exactly. And that would be also updated request. Oh, god damn it. No. Now updated request atom is the same as updated request atom, so we need to change this. Instead of atom, let's because we are using a recoil state, so let's just name this, append this state. So I think it makes sense. Update updated request atom, like this. Import this guy here. Okay, let's just get recoil up, and we still don't want to do this, so app/admin pending atoms. All right, so whenever we get a new absence that's being changed, let's set the updated request state to that absence. Okay, it's not assignable to prompt of type current value null. All right, so we need to do some stuff to the atom itself. Is there like a type? No. Is this? Oh, okay, so cool. Let's just give it a type of absence. The default is null. Absence or recoil. What if I don't wanna? Okay, so absence or null. There you go. Okay, so this will be accepted, and that's cool. And now we just want to go to the previous requests here and grab it. So updated request state. We're not going to use the set one because nothing happens the other way around. So let's just go. I mean, we cannot unaccept or undecline stuff. If we accept it or decline it, it's, you know, that's it. We can just change the state, but not assign or, you know, deassign state to it. So use recoil state exactly from updated requests atom. Import that guy, not like this. app/admin/pending. Let's put recoil up top. And now we got the updated request state, okay? Now, we do want to say set updated request state because we want to, as soon as we get it and add it to the query, you know, invalidate the cache, we wanted to set it null. So if the updated request state exists, that means we have a new data coming from pending panel, and we want to add that. We want to use the set query data basically to update it. So let's say set query data, right? Absence. So let's do the requests here, and then absences, since this is an array. Yes, it's an array, so we'll also spread the requests.absences, but then also add this guy here, the newly updated. What is this now? This is an absence. Oh, there's a type in user as well. Okay, so let's. I know what we can do. We used that somewhere, that exact same type. So we wanna, instead of absence, we wanna use it there. Let me just see. Well, let's just use this. So this or null. So the absence type, come on, and the user Oh no, exactly like Blitz.js returns it to us. Okay, so this is accepted, but let's just make sure. Yeah, so this absence here is not accepted. So this absence also needs a type, but we already have the type. You can easily say this. You can easily say this. And the absence itself will be resolved, and we're chill here as well. So there you go. Okay. And now, since we've already used, added the newly updated request state, now let's just set it to null. Right? So it will trigger a re-rendering, so this will not happen. It should not be in a loop, but trust no one and always do a refresh and see what happens. Okay, so I gotta go to the city, right? No errors whatsoever. If I were to accept this or decline, it doesn't matter. This guy needs to go here. Not with animation, but still. So let's try that. That's it, right? There's an issue. Cannot use a component batcher while rendering a different component previous request. To locate the bad set state, call inside, follow the stack trace. The bad set state, call inside previous request. Okay, so previous requests. Set state in render. Yeah, so now let me see where this actually is. Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, this set updated request state. Hey Dime, how's it going, man? Right, so the set updated request state, that's the issue here. But if we weren't to do this, if we weren't doing this, then we could expect duplicates in the previous requests panel. Let's just see that in action. I mean, let's just check it for giggles. So let's decline this one. Not in a mood for hellos. That's the reason. It's a valid reason. And now what happens? Nothing, right? And why is that? Okay. We need to be able to refresh this, man. We need to be able to do this. It doesn't make sense. Let's just forcefully get it back. So let's refresh this guy. Not in the mood. Okay, so let's just delete the reason. Let's make this to false. Let's try this again. Nah. To locate, I mean, cannot update the component batcher while rendering a different component previous request. To locate the bad state, call inside previous request, follow the stack trace. Let's try what the people of the internet say about this. It works, you say. There's a React version stuff. Okay, so the issue is because the replace state from recoil root is called when rendering subscribed components. So let's do some recent stuff. The Luca posted this 9 days ago. Any updates on this issue? Oh man. That's not good. Not good at all, so maybe we should switch to Sustain in this case. It'll be pretty much the same file, same everything. Instead of atoms, we'll use stores. Yarn remove recoil. Okay, maybe it's too experimental for us, so we'll just add Sustains. Sustains. Or Zustand, so if it's German, Zustand. Alright, so let's crank up the machine. Let's go back to the atoms. Just rename this, I don't know, stores. I guess makes sense. What is going on? Updated requests store. Now this store can be even wider because we're not working with minimal stuff like atoms anymore. This store can actually be all of the come on, let me go to React query. Let's see if, because we already use this, you know, why are we just dumping another dependency just because we can? Maybe React query can do some magic for us. Query retries. A new instance of use query, to-dos, fetch to-dos mounts. Okay, so maybe, where is it? Maybe it has a, instead of use query, maybe it has like an ID or some sorts. Then we can use, I don't know, let's see. Now is the function, then is the parameters. That would have been cool though. But now this is a wrapper from Blitz.js. So maybe we should be looking into Blitz now. Use queries. Your queries or the input argument. Optionally a configuration object. Okay, so let's see what that configuration object is. Let's see this. And now manual enabled force fetch on mount, retry, scale, cache time. Initial data refetch on mount, on error. Not really. Alright, so this is cool, invoke, so you don't need to use the use query or use mutation. If you were just to invoke either the query or mutation, whatever it is. I guess that's cool. What about utilities? There's an invalidate query, a specific query. Get query key. Okay, so this allows you to get the query key for a query. What about invalidate? Can we... Let's try that. Maybe it'll work. Get rid of this. Alright, so that doesn't work. We'll ditch this for now. The atom doesn't also exist. Goodbye. Okay, so maybe we don't need to do anything here, but here instead of using the atom and the recoil implementation and this guy as well, maybe we just need to use the invalidate query function to invalidate the get absences. Right? So maybe it'll retrigger all of the stuff. Let's do a full reload. Okay, let's get back, I don't know, some absences that we did. Let's get this back and let's get this back as well. Okay, you guys are not accepted or declined. Come on now. Right, so I gotta go to the city. We don't need a library for that. We don't need a different dependency. We can just invalidate the query, so any component that's subscribed, you know, that's used that query, can just re-render. This is so cool. This is so cool that we also get to do it for free. No dependencies, no additional libraries and JavaScript to load. Man, I like this approach. I like this tech stack. Nice. Hello, accept. Bam. There it is. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so approved or declined. Let's see if right. Let's see if approved or if I decline this guy or hello. Let's ditch this guy. Ditch this guy. Amazing. Hello is now declined. Ditch this guy. Don't you just like when it works, man? This is super cool. I didn't even remember doing this, but because we developed the component nicely, you know, in a very smart way, a very clever way, now it simply works. All right, so that's cool. Let's try to fix the height thing here, because we have this big of a panel while we have one item inside. And what happens if I also do this? See, so this guy makes this guy too tall, so these two should not be in this two. Okay, so this is all right. So yeah, so this is a grid, and that's basically the issue, because it's a grid. And this guy also has display flex. But that didn't change a thing. Okay, so What if I were to say, I don't know, like width, I don't know, height, auto? Makes no sense. Yeah, the issue is because we have a grid here. We have a grid here, man. Maybe we need to change this. Right, so in pending, there's the issue here. So let's try this. Let's get rid of this, and instead of grid, let's try to do a flex here. Okay, so maybe it won't force these things. So now gap doesn't work here, but do we have like spacing? No. Nope, that's the issue now here. Now pending panel and previous request, these guys here, they need to be wrapped in a box, a chakra box, because we would like to set that box a flex of 1, right? And if we do this, we can see this thing happening now. And if we went to the previous requests and do the same, all right, so get that flex box, no, not flex box, but an ordinary box, and add it here, add the flex 1, we should see 2 identical widths, right? So the issue here is fixed, and that's cool. We need to fix the spacing, but we also need to fix whenever we go, you know, with lower, we also need to change the flex direction from row to column, so they get inverted, so it's a bit more mobile friendly, right? So we got the previous requests, and then we got the pending panel. As far as I can remember, the gap, what was the gap? The gap was 6, right? So what if we were to add a little spacer here? I don't know, just like a simple box, self-closing one. Okay, that would be 6 width and 6 height. So now we got that invisible box here. And check this out. We got the flex here, we got the flex direction. And instead of like column or row, check this out. We're going to give it an array that will be column for very small, column again for small, column for medium, and row for large. So let's see that in action. Let's start to, I mean, currently it's at row because these are the breakpoints, all right? So large, medium, small, extra small. If we start to go, you know, get, oh god damn it, if we start to get the screen, you know, change the size of the screen, we should be able to see it change. God damn it, man, what is this? I need to fix this. I cannot ignore this forever. Component repeatedly calls set state inside component will update or component data. React limits the number of necessary. God damn it, I'll check it out maybe some other time. Let's just see at what point does the direction change, because that's crucial. Okay, so we've already made it way to Okay, so we should have changed the direction by now, because this looks squished. Come on. Are you kidding me? Okay, so there it is. Yeah, we need to go higher. Okay, if it's a phone, then it will be one on top of the other. If it's a desktop, then one next to the other. So we gotta do at least one more column before hitting a row here. Oh man. Responsive array, that's the argument type that we're giving to Chakra. Okay, so this makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Hey guys, let's try to fix this. Man, this makes no sense just keeping it in our app. Let's trigger this guy. There we go. And what do we say? What do we see here? Can you guys read? Yeah. Maximum blade depth. The above error occurred in the popover header component. Popover header component. Where exactly in my app? Because I think in the request row. Alright, so request row. Popover header. Are you kidding me? There's only text inside. That's weird. Let's try to do this. Let's go to Blitz. No, let's just visit package.json to see what scripts do we have. Then we have a build script here. Let's see how can we pack everything in Blitz and run it in production mode. But that thing needs looking. Maybe it's maybe it's because the popover head comes from Chakra. Maybe it's the React experimental versions. Maybe it's that. So let's just see. Deploying. Well, no, I don't want to deploy it. I just want to build it. Creates production builds of your app. It compiles your Blitz into Next.js runtime inside Next. Okay, so let's try that. Blitz. No, yeah, just yarn build. More Blitz build would have been the same. Yarn not found. Blitz yarn build. Okay, so of course yarn build, not Blitz yarn build. All right, so .next is going to dump everything in here. Okay. Let's see what kind of logs do. All right, so create absent request. Where is this? Mutations create request. Will you be my goth girlfriend? What are you up to? Nothing, I'm just coding and chilling. What are you up to? Alright, so what's the issue here? Create requests. There's no exported member create absence requests. Did you mean to use import from instead? And where exactly is that? Oh, this is the pages. Hold on a second. Pages request here. There's an issue here. We do export this. What is? Are you kidding me? Export type create absence requests, and there it is in the request ASX. Let's try that again. maybe we need to maybe we need to add some sort of like a models folder. But this is weird. I mean, I am exporting this. Maybe it's just Next.js because they want to. I mean, it wants to. Now, since we're building it for production, the code will be split into server side and client side. So this is a server side function, but this is a client side page. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe we want to get the stuff out in a folder like models, right? So let's models or types, I don't know, where is it? Models, let's just set it to types, and inside of the types create absence request rec.ts. I'm going to export this type, right? Can I export the default type? No. Well, then just all files must be modules with when the isolated module flag is provided. Export default create absence requests. Okay. Now it's happy, so let's try to ditch it from here. Import this guy from models, no, app slash models. No, models, types, goddammit, types, and then this guy. Alright, so it's default, so I don't have to destructure it. So this is happy. Now we can try to also get it from the page itself, from app, types, this guy. Alright, so let's do another build. All right, nice. Okay, we got the build ready. And that's cool, and it's sitting inside next here. Right, so that's cool. And what about starts? We can just append production, and it's going to search, I guess, for the right. So Blitz starts production. It's going to search for the next build output file. So let's open our app in production now. Let's open inspect element just to see if that thing persists, because it looked like a. All right, this thing flies. Yeah, right. Okay, need to fix that. So this is the date picker issues here. But let's try to change the screen and see if. Bam! Minified React error. Okay, so it's not a development error. So might as well fix it, but I'll take a look at it some other time because I have no clue what it needs to be done there. So I'm just gonna waste your time if I start looking into it right now. But it needs fixing like ASAP.
What you're listening to are musicians performing psychedelic music under the influence of a mind.
All right, I think I'm happy with this screen. We got the pending request here, and we got the previous request here. When we do some stuff here, they jump to the other panel here. Man, the list is currently sorted top to bottom, so this one is the newest change and this one is the oldest change. We also got these fancy tooltips that will show the reason of why a request has been declined, right? And that's from the admin itself. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I also need to do the same thing here as well. Let's fix that. Ditch everything and then just go to admin page again. Not a grid, but flex here, then do the box thing with the width of 6 and height of 6. So every box between those items, these guys, wrap them in a box as well, because we want to do some flex 1 stuff. Flex 1, let's just copy this guy. And what else did we have? We have holidays. Awesome. Box. Just use this. Okay, and what else? Absence tracking period. If we're not using it, we're not using it. Oh no, wait. It's loading. Yeah, there was an explanation on one of the previous streams. Box flex 1. Close the box. Are we cool with this? Refresh. Ooh, okay, so now because right, yeah. Right, so maybe we need to do something about this. We got the tracking periods here. Now it's three columns basically, and it doesn't look good. So let's try to make this. We'll get rid of the one of these. We'll try to use a vertical stack, or just a stack for that matter, and then the gap, or the size gap, spacing will be 6 as the box. Not cool. Right, so we have flex 1 in there in both of these, so we should also have this here, but then turn this into flex, so these guys flex can take into effect, and then change the direction to be a column, because we want them one above the other, and because we don't have the there we go. All right, so does this make sense? Now these can grow, right? If I were to add a new absence type, it'll just simply push these contents, and also the tracking periods as well, but this doesn't grow, right? So on the left side, this can go, and this can go, but this will stay the same always. Okay, so having this in mind from left to right, the left one is just growing, the right one is fixed. I think it makes sense. Okay, this is cool. This is cool as well. Request a leave. There was an issue with the styling, as we saw when we built the app in production, but that'll come later. Let's just fix this little submit button here. Where is this? This is the request a leave. Not an admin, but requests a leave. Okay, where's the submit button? There we go. So we can just say color scheme, maybe green. What will happen now? There we go. I think it's nice. Unable to match input. Okay, because we have nothing. We have nothing. So maybe we ought to disable this guy unless we have everything. Unless we have everything added. So, but for that matter, we might as well even use a form library like Formic or React Hook Forms. Maybe that can be interesting. I don't know, let's think that for another day. Just for now, we got this submit requests, which will get the data and then immediately try to send it. So that's not cool. So selected absence type, if this exists and selected days is at least one, you know, it's not empty. The request reason, let's see if that is optional or notes. Yeah, that's optional. So we must have days, right? The type is always selected, but if we have days, then we can create, right? Because we always have a type. I set the vacation, the first type is as the default one anyways. So let's try disabled. Will be disabled if the selected days dot length is 0. Okay, there we go. Not a chance. Write your notes. Not a chance. Change these guys. Not a chance. But then start doing some day work or multi. Okay, so when I click on the multi, okay, when I switch the day picker mode, we need to these guys here on change. Yeah. Well, where is it? Set selected absence. All right, so then I need to clear the days as well, so the selected days is selected. Children on change. Let's see the on change functionality, because we'll get an index. We'll call the index, right? But we'll also say set selected days to an empty array. Okay, so let's try to set a range. Multi. God damn it. This can't be right. Set selected days. And the button is selected days. Resetting days. Okay, so it doesn't happen. And that's why it doesn't work. Value, and the value is a number, so we're expecting a number here, and it is a number. And then we do this. What about this? Is weird. Now we're not logging stuff. Come on, man, work. So radio appeal on change, set selected absence type, and it does set it, but I also want to reset the selected days. How is this impossible? There we go. Come on, man. It's being logged. So this thing on change actually. But then this doesn't happen. Are you kidding me? Let's get inside here and get the type is single, right? So we can see the props are not changing. So what if we go back and just return this method as it was before? Cover the selector. Okay, so we can see that the state does change here. Range, multi, single. Let's get it back now. Multi, range, okay, it happens. But this doesn't happen. Oh man, the things. Let's isolate this on absence type changed. Okay. Okay. On absence type changed. Let's see if this thing happens. This is in request TSX. Let's sit here and change it. Radio pill. On change value. Can I get in there? Nope. Cannot flash updates when React is already rendering. Maybe that was a breakpoint issue. Let's see if the hooks. All right, these are the, oh man. You don't want to do this here. My bad. Wrong pills, basically. Not these absence types, but the day selector itself. So this guy needs to expose instead of only on selected days, but then also these guys here. Day selection type. So on day selection type changed, right? So we can expose the selection type, but that would be just a void function. Okay, let's make this an optional. No, god damn it, an optional. Get it here. When these guys change, if it exists, then invoke it. Right? Now we can go back and this day selector here and say on day selection type changed. We won't be interested in the results, but let's just, we passed it on anyways. And then we can say set selected days to an empty array. Okay, so we should be good now. All right, so let's go to the range, select some days. Now the submit button is enabled. Switch again, the days are gone, the submit is also again disabled. Nice, nice. This should be white. Text area, background should be just white, man. No. Not just white. Okay, so when I go dark screen, should this be white? But not the color as well. God damn, what is going on? Yeah, I mean the color is changing because I know what I'm going to do. Let's hit to panel. We got this background here. Use gray 800, so we can set the background to be that. Import this from Chakra. All right, nice. Let's go dark mode, light mode. Super cool. All right, this looks cool, guys. Let's do some theme checks. Nice. Nice. Use color mode value is not defined. Okay, because I didn't import it. Right. Request a leave is, I guess, functional enough. We can ask for leaves and stuff. There's a pending request that we just finished, and here's how they look like on dark mode now. Okay, I think it looks cool. What do you guys think? Dark mode / light mode here. Do we need to make some changes? Do we want these badges here to be inverted if the color mode is dark? Do you think we should do that or keep them like this? What if we did this? Let me see. Pending screen. Admin pending previous requests. Yes. No, actually requests. Whoa. So should go and get this badge here. Where is it? This badge here, instead of subtle, maybe we should make it. What was it? Solid? Was it solid? No. Oh yeah, solid. Right? What do you think? Too much? Yeah, it's too much, but make it subtle, but we'll just change it according to the theme. So we got the theme here. Theme. Is just a records with theme. Let's consult Chakra about the dark theme, light theme thing. Use theme. Let's see, what do we have here? How do we change the theme? Let's go to app. All right, so we got theme from Chakra config. Inside here. There's a theme. Color mode script. When using local storage, you can provide flash or color. Okay, but then we need to find this button. So maybe layouts. We have the user here. Change color mode, toggle color modes. Oh, okay, so use color mode. Nice. Color modes. Nice. Okay, so let's go back here. No? The title of the absence type exactly here, and define this as such. If the color mode is light, then be a solid, right? No. Is this what you're looking for? Oh, okay. Like this. All right, we're good now. Oh, guys, we should be finishing up real quick. All right, so if it's a light theme, then this is... I should have done this the other way. So, see the change? Okay. So let's try just to revert these things. This would be subtle, and this would be solids. Okay, so subtle here. You guys can see. Let me move this here so it's a bit better. Yeah. Right, cool. So we got these badges as a subtle badges. If we're in the light theme, but then they become solid when we go to the dark theme, and this is we can see now the difference between the solid badge and the subtle badge, right? Okay. And maybe the status should always be subtle, but maybe this can change, you know, to reflect the type a bit better, because this is not very important panel. This is a bit more important because we got the pending requests here, and mistakes could happen, but I guess rarely, right? Not as often as like as the request would come in. So we want to just make the difference here, but this can stay as subtle. Now they meet, right? So now they're the same, but now they're not the same. What do you guys think? Should we make this badge always solid or always subtle, or change it according to the theme? What do you think? Yeah, write your ideas in the comments. The issue that I mean, the thing that I don't like is how the subtle badge appears on dark modes. I mean, it's subtle, right? It's not as dominant as I don't know, as the full. Oh, wait a minute, man. We also had an outlined. Yeah, we also had these default. The outlined version. All right, so let's got it. Maybe this can stay. This can stay as subtle. So we're not going to be using the color modes. We can revert those changes. But this badge should be outlined. Let's see how that looks like. Alright, so approved or declined. They are. But we also have a color scheme. Green or red. But it doesn't seem like it's picking it up, right? Let's refresh. Nope. Variant outline, color scheme, green. Let's go with red. Yeah. Subtle, solid, or outline? Oh, okay. Outline, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so it now now it even looks like a stamp, you know, like declines with the red border. Okay, it looks cool. All right, it's not this. It doesn't look the same as the requests type. All right, this could totally work. Oh. Yeah. This is it. Let's check out the colors real quick. And I guess we can start wrapping the stream up. We got red, orange, yellow, green, teal, blue, cyan, purple, pink. Okay, we got the purple going on for the badges at the bottom here. These are solid and the color scheme is purple. And I guess it uses purple 500, 805, 85. Let's see. 7F5, 85. Yeah. Yeah, it uses the 500 shade for the backgrounds. Let's add the cyan. Let's see how it looks like. If it looks any better. What else do we have? Pink. Let's try pink. Now let's go back to purple. I don't know. I got used to the purple badges, so let's just stay there. All right. So this looks cool. All right. All right, guys. I think we can wrap this up. All right, so we got the pending requests finished. We can approve, we can decline, we can show them in a nice way. We redesigned it since the last time, and we also fixed the bug with the issue of keeping the daytime array into the Prisma. So I'm very happy about that. This looks cool. This looks cool. Right, guys. Yeah, I guess we can. Okay, I guess we can wrap this up now. Thanks everyone for watching, and I guess I'll see you on Saturday. Whoever feels like, chilling and coding here, you guys should take a peek at what I'm doing on Saturday, this Saturday at 6 p.m. So cool. Thank you guys. Thank you. Until the next time. Ciao.